Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the second episode on this wonderful topic which I just started. Jumu'ah Mubarak for every one of us. Good Friday for brothers or Christians. And my name is still remains studying on this platform. Then I continue from where I stopped. Now, in the case of that ayah, which I read the last ayah, Satan, which is shaitan in Arabic, swayed Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden, which is a Jannat Adn. Now, after which Adam lost his part with God. And he was so sorrowful because he had lost his closeness, his proximity with God. But God still showed him mercy, saying that no, even if Shaitan succeeded out of envy, because why Shaitan went as far as deceiving Adam from the garden is because he was envious and he was jealous. That how would a man, because I've been worshiping you for years. I've been worshiping for years. According to some narrations of Tafsir, according to Tafsir al-Tabari on this ayah, he said when he says that when the verse, the 30th verse, when he says on the sabbihu bihamdika when you call this sulak, that verse, we used to praise you, praise your name, sing your glory, and we also used to glorify you, your holy name. We do that. Who was doing that is Shaitan and his cohorts. That's the jinn. They were worshipping Allah. Some narration says 14 years. In one narration, I said, Abada Shaitanu Arbata Arsh Alifan. We used to worship Allah. The Shaitan used to worship Allah. We used to go down, worship Allah for 14 years. Sometimes it says, Sajda Shaitanu Arbata Arsh Alif. We prostrated Arsh Alif and Salam. They used to prostrate before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 14 years, 14,000 years. In some narration, he prolongs his sujood. This to show how faithful Shaitan is towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all of a sudden, Allah decided to create a man, someone, and he said it's a vicar, it's a vicegerent for him. And that pushed their envy and jealousy out from them. Say, why? After all our endeavors, after all our worship, now you bring somebody, strange one to us, to succeed us, to take control over us. It's not possible. So they went as far as going to deceive them, going through their weaknesses and leading them away from the path of God. And God brought them down. That's what Allah said in the Quran. He brought them down. Then he continued. They will enjoy in this life just for a few periods. So we are here for just a few periods. Not just to enjoy, but to bring ourselves back to God. Since our forefather had put us down, we are trying to bring ourselves back to God, striving to God. So this is not a part of enjoyment for us. It's a part of struggle. And lesson we learn from this wonderful chapter of the Quran, and these 6 verses I just recited, that one of them is that we should not envy our brothers and sisters. Because if we envy our brothers and sisters, we are fully part of Shaitan. Because Shaitan is the father of envy. Out of envy and jealousy, he brought himself down before man, trying to sway man away from the path, trying to sway more men away from the path. It's very common amongst we humans. That's why even when sometimes a woman who has a women friend, and the person is, for example, the woman is married, discover that a fellow woman friend of us will come and will deceive her, saying, oh, this man you married, or this man you are with, he doesn't have money. What are you doing with him? Let me introduce you to somebody who is of a high caliber, who has money. And I will flash some things to her to make her look that those things are real. All of a sudden, they will not say, wow, so I've been suffering all this while. I've been with the wrong person. This is what happened. So at the end of the day, the woman will leave her husband who is so faithful and good to her, and follow the ways of the devil, that have been swayed by this woman who the devil is speaking through. At the end of the day, when the regret comes, she will not say, I don't know, I would have remained here. No, it's too late. So we should mind the way we react, we mind the way we associate and listen to voices. Because the more voices you listen, the more you get deceived. So it's better you filter the voice you listen to and follow the right path, because you must have consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your heart. Without taqwa, without the taqwa of Allah, you will not succeed in this life. Don't be swayed by things of this world. The way Satan was nowadays, Satan is looking for who to deceive. This is the lesson we need to learn from this wonderful surah of the Quran. Another lesson we need to learn is that we should be contented with what we have. Contentment is the greatest gift you can ever have in this life, because we can never be satisfied. The more you get, if you get 2 naira, you expect to get 5 naira. When you get 5 naira, you expect to get 10 naira. If you get 10 naira, you expect to get more than that. And the more you are insatiable towards your need, the more you never get satisfied. So it's better to be contented with what you have. And look at it, for example, we humans in nature, we are survival of the nature. We are trying to be surviving, trying to push on to our destination. So when we push on too much, we might die in the process. And when we lost our life, when we have lost our life in the process, there's nothing to gain. So brothers and sisters, there are more to learn from the Quran, and we take it as part of our lesson for us. And secondly, well, the last thing we shall try to round up this program, this episode, is that if you love yourself, treat others well. My name is Sadiq Islam of Islam. Thank you very much.